Hi, my name is Matt Carlos and we're using DaVinci Resolve. And today's episode is going to be very special because I just witnessed somebody using DaVinci Resolve and making a tutorial on how to get better contrast, but they were giving everyone the wrong advice. It was so bad. I got scared and I was like, dude, I need to make this video in particular so that everybody can nail their contrast and get on with the color grading aspect, and that's the fun part and stuff. Because if you don't nail this right before you color balance everything goes wrong. And honestly, I think contrast and exposure are the two things that make your grade break immediately or become amazing right from the start. Let's get right into this. I have two clips. I'm gonna do the same thing on each one. In both of these clips, I have changed the compositing mode to luminosity on the second node, just so we're working in a vacuum, okay? Nothing's gonna be affected besides the luminosity of the footage, which basically means the white and the black points are only gonna be affected. We're not controlling saturation. Saturation is not going to move. Nothing is going to change on the vector scope other than the luminosity and the parade. So on clip one, we're going to do it the way that the guy recommended to do it, right? That I was talking about. He said to take your curve and just stretch it up this way and stretch it down this way, and to stretch the information on this histogram on our bottom right corner of our screen as far as possible. Now, that's great. But look what happened to our footage. It just became super crunchy. In fact, it doesn't look that real to the eye. Now, here's the better way of doing it. We're gonna turn on editable splines. Now, to be safe, in order to have your footage look the same on all different displays, it's best to keep your values on this bottom right-hand corner of your screen that go from 0 to 1023, 0 being black and 1023 being meaning white. Keep these values between 940 and 64. And 64 is like in this area, and 940 is going to be in this area. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because cell phones, TVs, and computer monitors all have different display values, and just to make sure our footage works on everything properly in a Rec 709 container, we're going to try and put it between those two values, assuming that your footage is going to be played on multiple displays and devices, and we want our colors and we want our contrast to look proper. And as a second rule, we want our contrast to look filmic. By filmic, I mean we want those highlights to roll off and look natural to the eye. We also want our shadows to look soft. How are we going to achieve this? We're going to turn editable splines on, like I said, and I'm going to pull this up, but I'm also going to take this top right handle and pull it down. See, this is called compression. We're compressing the information and not letting it go above a ceiling we're establishing. We'll pull this up more, pull this down. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna pull this down and we are gonna pull this up around the 64 range. Like I said, we're gonna pull this down again. And we're gonna keep finessing this until we get everything just about right. Now, if we look at this before and after, we're establishing like a subtle contrast. We're being soft. The colors are becoming more dense. Her skin is becoming more dense. Things are becoming more rich, right? As opposed to what we did over here where we smashed all the information everywhere and everything became crunchy. We're gonna do a before and after. This is his. This is mine. This is his. Maybe you do like the crunchy look, but what I will tell you is that your footage is not gonna look the same on every display. Versus mine, it's gonna look the same on every display because the information isn't going outside of bounds. There's two goalposts you have to play between, like I said before. If you can achieve this highlight roll-off using this method and maybe some effects down the pipeline in your videos, you're gonna absolutely crush it. I hope all this information helps, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. See you guys later.